So we're gonna play a game that my wife and I have played for years, and it's called Where Do We Put the Fruit Tree? I always say, Rachel, where should we put this? Is there another spot where we could stick this? So today I have a jackfruit, a rotting jackfruit with some seeds in it. Where do you think we should put the seeds?
I did have a thought. I did think maybe, because the tree will get big, I did think maybe by that boulder there.
But it'll go right up into
The pole.
the power lines.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that was there when I had it in my head. So that's out. Where else should we put it? We kind of want to put the trees, well, our current thought is maybe putting the trees on like the upper part of
Right.
the property. So that narrows it down.
So somewhere up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this citrus here is not going anywhere. We're not going to take these down. We're not going to take the soursop down.
Right, so there's a soursop and there's two citrus trees right there, and they're already kind of too close to each other.
Yeah, so we don't want them anywhere over here. But we may remove some of these bananas. And in fact, it's fairly likely that we will remove some of them because...
We don't want to remove these bananas because these don't have a disease, but some of these down here are actually diseased and ill. We need to get them out.
Right.
Take them out. So I'm thinking over here is a pretty good spot. We could probably tuck some in over there.
Well, there's the palm here too.
The palm will grow up and around eventually.
Unless it just keeps going sideways.
Yeah, it could do that too.
How this game usually goes is David says, where should we put this tree? And I say, okay, let's look. And I pick out a location. And he says, no, not there. I said, okay. And then I pick out another location and he says, no, not there.
Well, we did that once. You said put it by the power line.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It is. We started the first round pretty well, but then we seemed to agree kind of quickly. So
well, it's okay. So
I don't know. It's probably
usually we do like 3 rounds, and then I said, well, I don't know. You put it wherever you want to put it, and then he does. He just puts it. Honestly, I don't know why he asks me. The last couple of years, I've just said, honey, just put it wherever you want to put it because that's what you're going to do anyway. But I guess I got suckered into playing the game again because you're here.
You're my favorite squirrel.
What does that mean? I guess I missed you said something about squirrels on YouTube and I forgot what it was. I have a feeling it's not kind.
Veganism, not even once. I just got this drain spade, which is way better than a regular shovel when you're dealing with clay. I highly recommend it. I borrowed one. I was doing some work for somebody on their farm, and I borrowed one, and I went, man, this is the way to dig in the clay. Not using a machete, though that works in a pinch, and not using a regular shovel. A thinner blade, more concentration of force downwards. Really nice. So what I'm going to do here, what I'm doing here is I'm going to make this little pit right here. And we're going to plant the jackfruit seeds directly into the ground. Big fat worm here. Look at that. Nice worm. So, right there, that's going to be our location. Jackfruit have a taproot, and they don't really seem to like transplanting. I've transplanted them before and had them die. So instead, I'm just loosening the area. We're going to pull a few seeds out. We're going to stick them right in the ground, and then put a ring of rocks around it. So here's our jackfruit. That's right, jackfruit. So this is a rotten one that I got from a tree that a friend of mine told me was untended and behind a building, so I found it. The tree that I originally had and was taken care of when we were renting our other property is now, unfortunately, it had to be heavily pruned back because it was jammed up right next to the house. So the new owners of that property cut it back so much, it's probably not going to fruit anytime soon. And by golly, I want to get started now. So as you can see inside here, these are the arils. This thing smells so good right now. Even though it's kind of rotten, it smells delicious. So these are the seeds, and they're like big beans. And I'm doing this now because if you don't plant jackfruit seeds in a short period of time after harvest, they will just fail to grow. You don't want to, these are not the kind of seeds that you want to dry out first. You want to just plant them and be done with it, and don't let them sit around any longer than possible. So right out of a fresh fruit, good. Dried out on the counter for a month, bad. They're probably not going to grow. You can see they're kind of like fleshy, almost. They don't really have a hard shell in them. They're like beans, like big beans, but without the shell. They're not made to go into dormancy. They're a tropical fruit. So there we go. There are our seeds, and I am going to leave 5 of them in this hole and cover them over. All right, so we've got our 5. We'll stick them in the ground here, and I'm gonna get some nice loose soil and plant them down to about 2 inches. They'll be fine. The larger the seed, usually the deeper you can plant it without any issues. It's gonna have enough strength to push its way up and through. Now, I want to make sure that I'm not putting rocks on top of them or anything like that. So I'm going to crush this nice loamy clay soil up, and then we're going to water them in real well because it's been pretty dry. We got some rain this last week that was really good, so the soil can actually be broken. It's not like baked clay right now, not like bricks, but it's still, we definitely need more water than this. But there we go. So when we have 5 in the ground, we'll see what comes up. We'll give them a couple of months to grow, and we will select the one that looks the very best and get rid of the others. Nature is mean, and you can be too. We'll stick these in a circle around here so we know where our newly planted trees are, because it's really easy to miss the sprouts when they first come up. We don't want to do that. This is fun. There we go. That works. Forgot I had my glasses on. You didn't tell me. I look like a dork. There we go. Now we just gotta have to... Maybe a scientist. I used to think it would make me look smart, but I realized it doesn't help. It just makes me look dorkier. All right. Now we're gonna pour some water on them. And actually, I'm gonna do this with 2 other rings at least and plant the rest of these. If I decide I don't want one of the trees wherever it grows later, I could just cut it down. This didn't cost me anything. All I did was go and get a rotten fruit. I picked it up and I carried it right past the security guard who just thought I was crazy, and took it back to my car. So basically, we could plant these wherever we want, and we have nothing into it other than digging a hole. Plant it if I decide, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, it's irreversible. People will never plant trees. It's all reversible. People freak out. I'll spend 3 years trying to figure out where they're gonna plant a tree. Just plant it. If you don't like it, cut it down. But in 3 years, you're gonna have fruit and you're not gonna wanna cut it down. So there you go. I'm gonna go right here next to these rocks. Now this may be a problem. This may end up shading the house or something at some point, but I don't even know where I'm sticking my house. So who cares? Actually, I want to experiment with seeing if I could do a little shading. Look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought? I haven't seen a horse around. I bet you this thing is, I think it's probably 100 years old. Look at that. That's a bit of good luck, huh? That is crazy. Look at that. Wow, I just turned it over. I really should come over here with a metal detector. Wow. Like, I literally have not seen a horse in this area. That is so cool. That was for a small one too. Like a pony maybe. It actually looks like it would probably clean up. There's a lot of clay on it. I don't know if it's just gonna break apart in my hands. That part looks like it's rusting out. Wow. Pretty cool. Alright, so what I want to try and do is put in the jackfruits and then experiment with pruning to keep it smaller. I think that would be a good idea. And so I can have one that I just let go on the other side, and then one that I hack at and see if we can make it fruit a little smaller. There's nothing wrong with experimenting. Jackfruit will bear in 3 to 5 years or so from seed. So we should be able to get some results pretty quickly this way. That's a nice rock. Weird. There we go. Well, this is the third set. I've got 8 more seeds, but I think I'm just gonna stick them all down here and see what happens. And then we'll just let them go. I'm actually very surprised and pleased by how nice the ground is working here. It's really a clay loam, whereas... Are you guys dying?
No, William's screaming. No one's dying.
William? I'm actually quite pleased with how nice the ground is here. It's very loamy, easy to work. I mean, I knew it was decent here, and a couple of farmer friends actually looked at the land first and said, oh, that's good. That's a good spot. But you can see this works really well. This isn't like the hard muck clay that we have been dealing with at the lot that we were borrowing to garden on. This is real good, workable soil. This is great stuff. Yeah, it has some rocks in it, and there's a bunch of trash here, like there seems to be everywhere, bits of glass and stuff, but this is quite workable. Like the glass everywhere. So there we go. I'm just gonna plant the rest of these 8 here and let them go. We'll see what happens. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep them over here or if I'll experiment with pruning or whatever. It's kind of where I was planning to stick the house, but it's right on the edge of the property here. And I don't see any fruit trees that it's gonna interfere with on the neighbor's property, so we should be good. We can always just prune it in from the side if we need to. There we go. I have a convenient rock pile right here. I just picked an orange off a tree I haven't tried it from yet. The one right by the... I hear you! The one right by the rock that I cleared just for fun, whatever it was, a month or so ago. But all I gotta do now is just dump some water on those jackfruit seeds, keep them watered for a few weeks until they come up. Usually it's like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. Should be up in 2 or 3 weeks though. And they'll start coming up, they'll make big, deep roots. I mean, the roots are like they just shoot way down. The roots will go deeper than the shoots come up. You know, they'll go way down. So they're going to be pretty able to take care of themselves. So we're just going to carry water to them for a while, and then we'll see what happens. It'll be fun to watch them grow and see how fast it takes. And of course, as soon as they come up, I will show you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Be sure to catch the live streams at 6 p.m. EST. And until next time, may your thumbs always be green.
I went to see David the Good. We listened to Portishead and drank spiced rum.
Oh yeah, now this will be an experiment.